Hello, my name is Gaelle Blake. I'm the Director for Permanent Appointments at Hayes UK and Ireland, and here are my top tips on how to nail a video interview. So for some, the perception of a video interview is they lack the real interpersonal interaction, and this can be a cause of anxiety. That's understandable because body language accounts for a large part of our communication, and without it, the ability to express ourselves can be more challenging. So just as in a video interview is the new normal, it's important that we rise above this perception to give ourselves the best chance of success when it comes to interviewing for a new potential role. So I've got 3 top tips for you. Number 1 is to have everything ready in good time so that you don't encounter any embarrassing technical difficulties when it comes to the interview itself. Make sure that you install any necessary programs and software in good time and get familiar with them so you know what to do if anything goes wrong on the day. Make sure that you test your connection, sound and picture quality plenty of times before making practice calls, perhaps with your friends and family. Your interviewer is likely to have a busy schedule, and so you don't want to keep having to dial in. If you're in touch with a trusted recruiter, they'll also be able to help you prepare for the interview and advise you on the types of questions you're likely to be asked. I'd also advise having a formal outfit prepared, even if you're interviewing from your living room. Dress as if you were going to the employer's head office. And lastly, I would arrange a tidy, uncluttered place to do your interview. You want to make sure that you've removed anything distracting, particularly from behind you in the frame. My second top tip is to get comfortable with your new setup. Looking into the camera, speaking to a computer microphone might sound simple, but might feel a bit unnatural when you're in the moment. So looking into the camera is important to maintain eye contact with the interviewer while speaking clearly into the microphone to help your interviewer hear you. Remember to avoid the temptation of looking at your own image on the screen, and don't forget to smile too. Smiling goes a long way to build rapport and can help to give a first good impression. One thing to note here, if you feel, to try and help you feel really comfortable with your setup, is sometimes you might have to deal with a delay in the audio or a disjointed video connection. Try your best to listen really carefully to the question your interviewer is asking you. But if you get stuck on the question, you can always ask for it to be repeated or move on and come back to it later in the interview. So my third and final, and perhaps the most important tip is, if you can, to project confidence. During an interview, it can be difficult to show your real body language and the type of signals that you're used to show that you're engaged and that you're interested. But you can convey this in what you say while still remaining aware of your movements. Asking questions is a must in any interview. It shows that you're interested in the role and demonstrates a high level of engagement. Have some questions up your sleeve before you start the interview. Another suggestion is to wait until your interviewer has finished asking their question before you give a response. This helps with your speech, makes you sound more confident and professional, as well as stopping any confusion with the overlapping conversation. Ensure that your answer is as clear, as concise as you can make it. And if your interviewer wants any more questions, they'll ask you to elaborate. A confident greeting and sign off is also key, whereas in a physical interview, you would greet your interviewer with a firm handshake. You can make up for this in a video interview by giving an upbeat introduction and sign off when you thank the interviewer for their time and the opportunity. Finally, sit up as straight as you can, gesticulate as you would normally, and let your intonation rise up and down as it would naturally. So they are my 3 top tips for nailing a video interview. I would just add that it's important to follow up with the interviewer or recruiter to reinforce your interest in the role, thank them for the opportunity, and that you look forward to hearing from them. Video interviews are inevitably going to be used more and more, so remember these points as you go through your job search. With preparation, practice and self-confidence, these will ensure that your interview goes successfully, no matter whether they are in person or over interview. Good luck in your job hunt.